It wasn't just the Romans who came, saw and conquered Bath. It was the Georgians too. And just like their Roman predecessors, they left lasting monuments to their memory. But even among these rich architectural treasures, of which there are some 5,000 listed buildings, there's two of them which really do stand out. The Circus and the Royal Crescent are the work of just two men, both by the name of John Wood, father and son, an unassuming name, but their legacy is the Georgian wonder of Bath. And to tell me a little bit more about their achievements is the director of the Building of Bath Museum, Catherine Spence. Hi, Catherine.
Hello.
Thank you for taking time out to talk to us. Let's take a stroll down here. Now, what I want you to do is paint a picture of what Bath was like when John Wood the Elder was living here.
Well, John Wood was here at the very beginning of the 18th century.
Yeah.
But Bath was incredibly small and really only within a sort of 40-hectare space and with rounds of medieval wall system.
So what was his sort of dream for Bath? What did he try and create? What did he want to do?
Well, John Wood realised that the type of people who were coming to Bath wanted good quality houses. At the time before, it was just rather pokey, vernacular architecture, sort of lodging houses. Got royalty coming, they need something more prestigious to stay in. So he really wanted to bring back Bath. He called himself the restorer of Bath. He wasn't the builder of Bath. So we've got quite an interesting man here.
So he's a modest man.
Yes, he says, I think in his obituary, which he probably wrote himself, that if you want to know about me, look around you.
Catherine, we're here, we're in the centre of the circus. It is one huge, great big architectural circle. Where did he get the idea for this from?
It's John Wood's absolute masterpiece, and he always wanted to build a circular building in Bath. His inspiration is actually coming from his beliefs in early British history, in the Druids,
right.
and Stonehenge.
Really?
He actually measured Stonehenge with his son, and there are various sort of mathematical things which add up, the amount of stones and the actual space that it occupies. And it's actually a temple to the sun.
That is incredible. Looking around, it's all very soft and very delicate. But when you look at the facades of the building, you can see three orders of classic column going on there: Doric, Ionic and Corinthian up there. What's going on? It's a mix match.
Well, I think John Wood knows what's popular, what's fashionable. Yes. He knows that people like Palladian architecture. He's commercially minded as well.
Yes,
he's got to sell these things.
It is architectural detail, and he was a stickler for attention.
Absolutely. I mean, the things like, at the very top, we've got actual acorns. It was quite fashionable at the time to have pineapples. Mm-hmm. And many people wouldn't have realised that these were acorns, but what that refers to is the Druids, the princes of the hollow oak. And so there's lots of little things that if you want to look beyond that surface layer...
Lots of symbolism.
Absolutely.
And I've noticed, looking around, it's built in 3 sections around this circle. Why is that?
I think it's got a lot to do with the symbolism, and some people believe that John Wood was a Freemason, although we've got no evidence of that, and they read these symbols. The 3 entrances or exits, they form a triangle within a circle, the all-seeing eye.
Sounds a bit like the Da Vinci Code.
Oh yes, and I think there's some people here who'd like to think that this may be where the Holy Grail is, because you have to remember, none of these trees were here. This was completely cobbled, and underneath was a container for water, so to actually supply the houses up here. But of course there's this great sort of unknown chasm underneath the circus that could hold all sorts of secrets.
How long did it take him to complete this?
Unfortunately, as with most of these things, there's sort of money problems, and only this first segment is up for quite a long time. And unfortunately, John Wood the Elder didn't actually see his vision completed. He died in 1754. But his son, also John Wood, who he worked very closely with, finished this and then went on and created the Royal Crescent.
The The Royal Crescent is one of the greatest examples of Georgian architecture in the world, and it certainly was part of the master plan of the elder John Wood. What I've noticed straight away, though, all Ionic capitals on the columns,
yes.
Architecturally correct.
Yes, this is John Wood the Younger, probably a far better architect, technically much more accomplished than his father. When you think what's been achieved here, in the 18th century, when they didn't have the sort of equipment or the computers that we've got now, to be able to create this perfect crescent with the two end houses in line is just phenomenal.
Well, there's a fantastic address here, number 1, Royal Crescent. Is it as good inside as it is outside?
It's a beautiful museum, and they've set it up to just give us, the hoi polloi, a bit of a taste of what it must have been like here.
Looking out over all of this.
This wonderful architecture.
It is stunning, isn't it? Let's go inside and have a look.
Okay.
Well, when you're inside, it really doesn't let you down. It's rich, it's sumptuous, and just how the elite lived in those days as well. It's wonderful. And what a view as well.
Absolutely.
And obviously you'd come into the drawing room, which we're standing in now, to take tea,
yes.
to entertain your friends. And look, it's beautifully laid out as well.
And the amount of windows as well at these end houses. You've got so much light in these rooms. And as you say, you know, you take tea. Tea, of course, was such an expensive commodity. Only the lady of the house had the key for the tea
For the caddy.
Yes, I suppose we kept it down there, presumes.
Catherine, thank you very much for showing us around. It's been a real pleasure. It definitely does give you a sense of connection back to your past. Thank you.
Thank you.